Hi, this is Yvonne Pran, and now I'm going to talk about the place of looks and images when you pair them with writing. This is part 4 of our little series of videos on writing for the web, what not to do and what to do when adding images to your words. Alrighty. Some key mistakes here are design-driven web pages. This is where people think that the medium, in other words the web, makes garbage, poor writing, little content, lots of images good. It doesn't. All flash, no information, no challenge, no gospel. That is not a good church website. Once again, sometimes you see this when people hire their websites done, and somebody will put in all these images and these moving parts and all this fancy stuff, and just because they did that, that does not make a good site. Thinking image is more important than information is always a mistake. People go to the web, especially to church websites, to get information, to solve a problem, to answer a question, not to look at great graphics or see moving images. If they want that, they're going to go to a movie. They're going to turn on the television set. Nobody sits around on Friday night going, wow, I wonder what our church put up on their website. Well, maybe some exciting ones, but seriously, that isn't why people go to church websites. Can they do that on your site? Can they get information? Can they solve a problem, answer a question? That's what's really important. So images used with writing, don't use them for looks only. Now they can make a site a little less boring. That's a matter of taste, though, what the balance is, and I know many of us struggle with that, but I try never to use an image just for the sake of using an image. In my work, I want it to be a preview of something, to illustrate a lesson, illustrate a product, be a preview of a movie, just, to have a purpose. And let me show you what I mean on my website. For example, on the small group website, I don't really have a whole lot of images on this one, but a couple of them that I think are meaningful. First of all, this one right here, this image was actually created in Microsoft Publisher and saved as a JPEG, loaded up on the site. On some of the stuff that I'm doing on how to do websites, I'll show you how to do that. But our little acronym LINKS, the development pastor at our church came up with this acronym that LINKS stands for loving, interceding, nurturing, knowing, and serving. Well, that obviously wouldn't really fit into the whole top part here, but because it's very important to our church, I wanted to put it on the site, and so an image worked out well to do that. That does add a little bit of decoration, adds a little bit of color to the home page, but it has a purpose for being there. And then here on, I did a little video on how to use Strong's Concordance in print and online to get the most out of your studies. And the little videos, they're a great little graphic because you see the start of the video, and it also adds an image to your site. Now on my website, I really struggled. I struggled in the setup of this, and then some of you may remember that for a few weeks I had kind of a revolving image right here in the front. People were doing all that on a lot of websites, and I thought, oh, that's really cool. I think I'll do that. But I did that, and after a week or so, I thought, that just looks stupid. It's a lot of work. Nobody was clicking on it. And it really didn't communicate anything other than I had fallen victim to oh, that's the latest cool thing to do on a website. Now what I try to have on the website here is stuff that's really useful to you, little thumbnails of what is actually in the content. I try very hard. Sometimes I have to do it because it doesn't have an exact image, but not to do stuff that's just a mood or meaningless. Here is a thumbnail of the cover of this ebook. This is a thumbnail of a handout that I've made free for everybody for, until the 4th of July. That's an acronym for the church. This is the cover of the video series. And I don't have a whole lot of images. Of course, the books, you can actually see the cover. I want give you a little bit of sense what it's like. And then down here, for a while, I had little bitty thumbnails, but I just thought, they were kind of dumb looking, and to me it was just too much junk and little tiny images and all that. I didn't think they really added anything to it and were somewhat distracting. And instead I have nice lengthy titles so you can tell before you click on it exactly what it's about. Here's the toolkit, webinar schedule, sample of seasonal JPEG file in a church bulletin, how can you use the ones on this site for your publications. I mean, it's just how to create online polls with Poll Daddy. Very, very specific. No bait and switch. You know exactly what's there. When there's an image, you know what it's for. Then in my articles themselves, for example, on the holidays, I said on there I was going to show you Easter, for example. We go into the Easter site, and okay, communications that will get people to come back to church after Easter. So we'll just click on this. And again, these are not in there for gratuitous reasons. Here I have a postcard. You may have published an invitation to church or ministry brunch in your bulletin, but why not create a personalized invitation people can give out? And I have that. I show people make Easter a connecting point, not the end result. Here's something that you can give to your people to invite people. Here is, well, especially on getting people to come back. This is a bulletin insert. I have the text here. Then I have an idea for how you can actually lay it out and use the different things. Well, actually, here's the layout for that specific thing. But you see, I don't just use them for gratuitous reasons. They're there for a reason. They're there for you to see what something is actually like, and then members can download and print them out and all that kind of thing. But I don't want to ever lead you on. I want you to to really see what's there, why there's a reason for it. And so in all your stuff, don't just use images just to create just for gratuitous reasons. I'm sort of repeating myself here, but have them tied to a reason. A real, for example, on Bible study sites, sometimes a map is very, very useful, a timeline. Things like that are great. You don't need, though, to have images. If you're just doing a straight Bible teaching text, you don't need that. Respect your people. They're adults. They're smart enough just to read something without being entertained. Okay, that's enough on images, and now we'll go to the next video in our series.